were both very nice. They were not in the best neighborhoods, but the schools themselves were very clean and organized. The school worked on achievement by keeping up with the school environment and giving them an understanding of what it is like to be organized and a reason to keep up with their studies. All of the teachers I observed seemed to really know what they were doing and how to interact with their students. The students were all very well behaved, and although they sometimes had moments in which they got distracted, they were easily able to get back on task and get the work done that they needed to for the day. There was not really any quotes that stuck out to me during my observations. In order to answer my question, I closely observed the environment of the school, where it was located, and how it was set up. I also addressed the topic by observing the success of both the students and the school itself. It was slightly different than what I expected because the schools I grew up going to were in a different county, and I never went to the types of schools I observed at. One of the schools I observed at was a private school, and the other was a regular elementary school. The majority of the classrooms that I observed in were connected classrooms that had two teachers team teaching. I felt as if this was a good strategy to help improve student learning and achievement. The book did support what I was observing in the classrooms. Most of them were kind of diverse, and the students worked together in order to achieve common goals in the learning environment. One of the biggest surprises was when I found out that at one of the schools there was only 4 African American students, and that most of them were teachers' children. I also heard that the zoning was based on where students lived, and I related it back to what we learned in the book about how certain individuals choose to live in neighborhoods based on how many people there are similar to them. This experience raised the question, how does zoning work? What role does diversity play in education? And how schools are able to make certain achievements. I learned that in order to teach a diverse group, it is important to look at the different learning styles of students and to find out the best intent for all your students. In doing these observations, I learned ways that some teachers go about teaching and ideas to use in my classroom as a future educator.